Cool, we are live. What's up, guys? 2020 Bowman Draft Super Jumbo back at this stuff. Had to take a little bit of a break, but we got 5 Super Jumbo packs in here, so it'll last us at least another break after this one, maybe even one more. We're going to do 2 out of the 5 packs for this one tonight, and then we'll save the rest for probably Saturday, I'm thinking. That's off the top of my head. Excuse me. Anyways, let's get to the randomization here. So I'll throw that stuff up on the screen. And on the left, you'll see our spots in the order they were purchased, which I will grab. And then on the right is random.org, and we will paste them in over there. Alright, all set. Description for this one, 2020 Bowman Draft. And let's see how many rounds we get. If it is 4 or less, we'll re-roll this. Alright, so we've got lucky 7 again. Seems like we've been getting that a lot. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here's our final spots. Now, of course, with Bowman Draft, the teams you're hunting for are all different than when you're searching for the major leaguers. Let's see how these all line up. Hey, Chris. Good evening. Over here to the sidebar. There we go. Alrighty. Let me clean up this screen here. And this stuff off on the side. If anybody wants to trade teams, feel free to do so. Let's see who got the big ones here for tonight. Obviously, it's Detroit. That one's going to Derek. Nice. Baltimore going to Josh. Another good one there. Miami in the first overall pitcher going to Matt. A few other good teams have some good hitters and stuff too. Pittsburgh going to Mike with Gonzalez there. So I know Colorado's one people have been kind of hunting. With Veen, that one's going to Brent. So we'll see what we got in here. Let's crack this box open. I know, Chris. How about that? I'm assuming you're talking about the Frankie Lindor deal. Cookie Carrasco. Crazy stuff. Alright, so I kind of pack these a little funny. What we'll do is we'll randomize to see which packs we go with. So this will be pack 1 at the bottom. Pack 2, Pack 3, Pack 4, and Pack 5. Alright, then I'm going to use the random.org setup there again. 1 second here, we'll bring that back up. And we'll randomize which packs we'll use. So, multi-round giveaway, new giveaway, get that up on the screen for you guys. Take the names off the side just so that's not confusing. Alright, this one will just be for the packs. And we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll the dice. 4 or less will re-roll. 11. Or 10, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll take the first 2 that come up here. It's going to be packs 3 and 2. Alright, so this is pack 5, 4, and we're going to keep 3 and 2 here. And then we'll put 1 back in the box. Alright. Cool. Let's get this off the screen again. Alright, I think we're pretty much good to go. I'm not really seeing any trade action at the moment. Really quickly, I do want to say just a thank you, if Clint, if he's watching, or I'm not Clint, I'm sorry. Why did the name just drop out of my mind all of a sudden? Craig. Craig Patton, thank you very much for this card. Just sent it to me today. Really appreciate it. Never expect this kind of stuff, so I just wanted to give a shout out on air. Thanks a lot, and I threw that up on my bill shelf. I'll have to post a picture of that sometime so you guys can see it. It's starting to look good. Alright, let's get started with our first Super Jumbo pack here. Essentially kind of like two regular Jumbo packs, as you can tell. There we go. We'll set that there. There you go, Chris, for sure. Alright, we'll start with this one. Set this paper here. Our chrome and our auto. I think there's one paper there next to that. Put that right there. Let's do our paper first, alright? Started off with the first round pick for the Mets, Pete Crow Armstrong. Stott. First Bowman Miller. Rutledge. Jimenez. Jarvis, first Bowman. That's the first round pick there for Arizona. Belzavoic. Nick Gonzalez. Austin Wells. Blakely, all first Bowmans there. First Bowman Santos. Langoliers. First Bowman Garcia. Rodriguez. First Bowman Warren. Ramos. Nicholas, first Bowman. Goss. Seymour, first Bowman. Groom. Schmidt, first Bowman. Kirby. Ciani. Encarnacion. Casey, first Bowman there. Blumgren, first Bowman. First Bowman Carter. First Bowman Britton. First Bowman Van Eyck. First Bowman Barnhart. Cantillo. Hose. Young. Infante, first Bowman. Vukovic as well. Lutz. Baumler, first Bowman. And Hernandez, first Bowman. All cards do ship, guys, if you missed that in the little breakdown there. Alright, let's see what we got for chrome here for our first part. Looks like that's going to be our auto at the end. We'll find out. I'm going to start out with refractors of Hernandez. Hey, Dan, just getting started here with the good stuff. This is our first jumbo pack, first parts of chrome we're getting into now. So we've got Hernandez refractor, Canario refractor, first Bowman Hentz refractor, first Bowman Murphy refractor, and then an insert here is Future Stars, Hassel and Lane. Nice one there for San Diego. I'll do my best to guide you, Dan. Chrome here, first Bowman is Baumler. First Bowman Hernandez. First Bowman Sagis. McKembley. Ashby. Norris. Here's a nice Jason Dominguez. Seymour. Jackson. Burleson. Blade. Daniels. Davis. Bonin. Hunter Green. This looks like an insert. What do we got? Like a green insert, maybe? Parallel? Glimpses of Greatness. Jason Dominguez. Is this going to be numbered? We'll find out. I think we might have an auto behind it. So let's take our time here, not rush it. Oh, Colorado first Bowman. Is this going to be Zach Veen? Oh, nice, a refractor auto. Sweet. Bren, congratulations. 264 of 499. That's a good one. Awesome. Congratulations. And this one is numbered too. This is out of 99. Sweet Dominguez there for the Yanks. That's Matt. Congrats, Matt. But this is a nice one. Borderline showstopper here. Good stuff. This will be going up right on the Instagram page where all our big hits go. 264 of 499. Zach Veen refractor auto. Beautiful. All right, let's sleeve up the few other things here. We got Dominguez, Glimpses of Greatness out of 99. '61 of 99. I know, Matt, right? There's that franchise futures insert. And then I will top load the refractor first Bowmans because they're extra special. And then after the break, guys, after we go off air, I will sleeve up all first Bowmans before they go in your file. So there's Ryan Murphy. And Hence. And then our other two refractors here were not first Bowman, so we'll just sleeve them up. And we'll get on to the second half here of our first jumbo pack, super jumbo pack. So that's going to be right here. This will not have an auto since we just pulled our auto from the first pack, but we'll have our paper. Set the chrome aside. And more paper. Looks like we've got some blue paper coming up at the end here, so that's cool. Let's see what we got. Nwoku, first Bowman. Bishop. Hendrick, first Bowman. That's a nice one. I'll sleeve that one up. I know you Cincy fans love him. Peraza. Acker, first Bowman. Wladinski. Ragsdale. Bitsko. Kawar. Hall. Kerstad. We'll sleeve that one up. Lynch. Second overall pick there. Cabrera, first Bowman. Cantrill, first Bowman. Cavaco. Ed Howard. Nice one there. I think they called him the best defensive shortstop in the draft. Larnach. Robert Hassel. Chamberlain. Westberg, all first Bowmans there. Espino. Henry, first Bowman. Thomas. Halpin. Pawson. Zamora. Drohan. Edwards. Asalasi. Shortridge. Beater. Hernandez. Jeter Downs. Cade Cavelli. Amaya. McMahon. And our blue here is going to be a first Bowman for Arizona, Bryce Jarvis. 26 of 150. Not too shabby. Rewatching the Talking Heads talk about this guy. He could be dominant. He made a late change to his approach that really kind of blew up in a good way. His performance, speed on his fastball, went nuts, all sorts of stuff. It was cool learning about. Hopefully he pans out to be something sweet. Sleeve up this Kerstad and this Hendrick. Yeah, that's no doubt, Matt. I don't know how many of you guys have been following this product much on, Twitter and hobby message boards and stuff like that, but quality control is certainly somewhat lacking in comparison to other Topps products out there, but what can you do? Here is Hulsizer, our first refractor. And we've got Soderstrom, nice one there, first Bowman refractor. Case Williams, and Clayton Beater. So 3 out of 4 are first Bowman refractors. That's sweet. Glimpses of Greatness is Rushman. And then our standard chromes here, we're going to have Carroll. Nice. Spencer Torkelson going to Derek. Get that one top loaded for you. Jeter Downs. Cade Cavelli. That's my son's name, by the way, which I think is pretty cool to see in a product. Miguel Amaya. Chris McMahon. Vukovic, first Bowman. Tristan Lutz. Jimmy Glowinski, first Bowman. Nick Lodolo. Ed Howard, nice one there. Sleeve and top load that. Larnach. Robert Hassel. Ramos. Nicholas. 2 cards left here. J.J. Goss. And Justin Foscue, 20 and 20. Yeah, Derek, let's see if we can get a refractor or something for you coming up. Glad we could at least get one of the chromes in there, though. There's that. Alright, looks like we got about 7 cards to throw sleeves on here. A couple of them will top load, too. So we've got our Torque. Nice. This Ed Howard looks a little different to me, but no, it can't be, right? Because the image variations don't have the first Bowman on them. I'm just going to double check, though, with the serial numbers. 9.5. Yeah, 9.5. That's a base. I know we just got thrown off a little bit. We had the few boxes ago. We had a nice image variation of Zach Veen. So that was pretty sweet. Ever since then, I'm trying to keep my eye out for him. It's the refractor there. This one as well. Emerson Hancock, Dan. That's who we're looking for with Seattle. That's their big first-round pitcher. There's Holsizer. And these last two will just sleeve up. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This one is a refractor, too. Man, that's what it was. That Holsizer I shouldn't have top-loaded. I thought I was going to say there's only 3 out of 4 first Bowmans there. Oh, well. Got a little distracted. Holsizer gets a top-loader, too. And Rushman. All right. That takes us to our halfway point. Ooh, looks like we got a paper Rushman there. That's nice. Our second. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Our first. I'm thinking Kjerstad. Still a nice card, though. And here's our second half. So let's do paper, chrome. I believe our auto is most likely going to be in the other pack, but we'll find out. All right, here is paper. We've got Cruz, Lofton, Tolentino, Swiney, Volt, Max Meyer, Canario, Hentz, Toglia, Palmer, Bobby Witt, Hauver, Hankins, Hines, Brown, Rolison, Lang, Boyle, Logan Allen. It's a different Logan Allen, by the way. Garrett Mitchell, Corbin Carroll, Shane Baz, Tucker, Chamberlain, Casey, Blumgren, Carter, Britton, Van Eyck, Lacey, Shortridge, Beater, Hernandez, Lutz, Ballmer, Hernandez, Sagis, and McKembley. Oh, sweet, Dan. Awesome. Let me know for sure once you get to rip into that. I want to know. Hope you get something cool from it. Here's refractors. We have Swiney, so we'll have 4 of these. First Bowman there. Volpe. Jason Dominguez. Nice one. And Joe Ryan. And franchise futures here. We've got Ed Howard and Burl Carraway for Chicago. And now let's get into our base chromes. Cruz. It's a first Bowman. Beatty. Coffey. Thomas. Helpin. Pawson. Druhan. Zamora. Abrams. Mogu. Bishop. Hendrick. It's a nice one. We'll get top loaded. Peraza. Crow Armstrong. Let's leave that one up too. Stott. Jackson Miller. And then this is a blue. Is this an auto? Looks like a blue wave. Oh, this one's going to Detroit. Who do we got? Dylan Dingler. Ah, close, man, but no cigar. Still, nice pull, though. 133 of 150 going to Derek. All right, Derek. I wish that could have been Torque for you, but that's still a sweet card. Here's that Jackson Miller. Set that over here. I know. I know. All right. There we go. $133 of 150. Franchise futures here. Crow Armstrong. This kid's fresh out of high school, but he has a bat on him. He's got quite the swagger, too. I could see some people starting to get a little annoyed with him. Kind of like a Bryce Harper sort of confidence, you know? Kind of interesting. Corey. Yep. Is that what they call it when you think you're going to get your big hit, but you get a guy right below it? And last here is a refractor of Swiney, which we will top load since it's a first Bowman. All right. There's that. And our last bit here. So we're going to go paper. Set the chrome aside. Paper. Here we go. Cotton. Adams. Deloach. Seminaris. Whoop. Glowinky. Nick Gonzalez again. Austin Wells again. Blakely. Looks like we're getting some repeats here. Foscue. Casas. Langoliers. Garcia. Rodriguez. Warren. Davis. Bonin. Green. Powell. Rushman, Horn, Caraway, Hoffman, Sassoni, Duran, Halpin, Pawson, Zamora, Druhan, Perdomo, Dylan Dingler, Little, Edwards, Jeter Downs, Cade Cavelli, Amaya, McMahon, Vukovic, and a blue Cade Cavelli. Nice. 68 of 499. Weird, I bring a little attention to this guy and we get 4 different cards of him. Right? We have 2 papers of chrome in this light blue. 68 of 499. Going to Washington, that's Nat. Congrats, Nat. Alright, let's take a look at these chromes. What do we got? 4 refractors. We've got a first Bowman of Weatherly, Kristen Robinson, first Bowman of Fat, and a first Bowman of Trey Cruz. Then we've got Glimpses of Greatness, Andrew Vaughn, and then our base chromes here. We are going to have a first Bowman, Nick York, Perdomo, Dylan Dingler, Little, Fulton, Keith, Wynn, Fat, Belzavoic, Nick Gonzalez. We'll top load that one. That's a good one. O'Neill Cruz, Nick Lofton, first Bowman, Tolentino, Swiney, Volpe, Polkovich, and Applied Pressure is going to be Cantillo going to the Indians. All right, that takes care of that. We'll get to sleeving, and then we'll do a quick review, a recap. Tomorrow we've got 2020 Bowman's Best coming back. I think it'll just be one box. Last night it lingered a little bit doing 2 boxes. I would prefer not to linger, so I'm thinking we're just going to do 1 box tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you keep an eye on your notifications or your social media posts so that, excuse me, so you don't miss out. Because I have a feeling just 1 box, it might sell out about as fast as this one did here tonight. And then day after tomorrow, we'll jump back into this Bowman Draft again. Do another 2, maybe 3 packs. Alright, after this one, I've got 2 more to top load. And then 1 last one to sleeve, so that's this one. We're working on it, Justin. I know. I know. There's that. And lastly is this Nick Gonzalez. All right, let's recap. And just a reminder, guys, all the first Bowmans that you saw, your standard first Bowmans that I didn't sleeve, I will be sleeving up as soon as this break wraps up and we're off air. Here is Refractors, Robinson, Glimpse of Greatness, Vaughn. Applied Pressure is Cantillo. Ryan. Franchise Futures there for the Cubs. Volpe, Dominguez. Glimpses of Greatness, Rushman. Foscue. Had a paper Hendrick there, sleeved up. Refractor Hernandez and Canario. And then Franchise Futures going to San Diego with Hassel and Lang. Just 1 Hassel. Top loaded. Lots of stuff. We had a first Bowman Chrome, Nick Gonzalez. Video game numbers. Look him up. He's kind of crazy. Sam Weatherly. These are refractors here, along with Cruz and Fat. Cade Cavelli, 68 of 499, light blue. Nick Swiney, first Bowman refractor. Pete Crow Armstrong, first Bowman. Austin Hendrick, first Bowman. Our second auto was 133 of 150. See ya, Justin. Dylan Dingler, blue wave there. Tyler Soderstrom refractor. Holsizer refractor. Williams refractor. Beater refractor. Ed Howard, first Bowman. Torkelson, first Bowman. Kierstad paper. Bryce Jarvis was 26 of 150, blue paper parallel. Hence, first Bowman refractor. Murphy, first Bowman refractor. Glimpses of Greatness out of 99 was Jason Dominguez. And Zach Veen, 264 of 499. Hit of the box, refractor auto. First Bowman. By the way, that Dominguez was numbered 61 of 99. All right, that takes care of it for tonight, guys. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be doing Bowman's Best again, just a single box, so keep an eye out if you want in. I have a feeling it'll probably sell out quick. And then day after tomorrow, we'll get back into this again with maybe an identical break to tonight, but maybe we'll add a 3rd pack to make it exciting. I'll see. Otherwise, guys, as always, if I can help with anything, questions, comments, concerns between now and the next time we go live, just shoot me a message on Facebook, Twitter DMs, Twitter @messages, or departurebreaks@gmail.com. Cool. I think that's everything I got for you guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Have a good one.